Break a leg?
No, I don't need to break anything.
No.
Nor do I.
That's too easy for me, Sharon, to break a leg.
So we're live, eh? We think we've been on for 15 seconds.
We're live. Okay, it just popped up on my end. Okay, make sure I was muted. Hi, everybody. Our surprise guest today is Dean from Herman's Corner.
Yay!
Welcome you in. I gave him a last minute, hey, why don't you join us? And luckily he was available. We love reading with Dean. He's so fun. So if you're not subscribed
Absolutely.
to Dean at Herman's Corner, do like and subscribe and join him. He has really fun programs. Hi, Herc. Hi, Snow, Wolf, Ronald. Can't see everything in the chat. I have run up the screen. Hi, Patty G. Shannon Lee.
Hey, Ron.
Sharon.
So, did I tell you that I interviewed at the Crystal Store to be a reader?
Yeah, how did that
Yes, you did. How did that turn out?
Oh my gosh. So I met the owner and she had a dog, right? And her dog was a rescue dog and didn't warm up to anybody because it was abused before. That dog almost jumped into my lap, and I think that sold her almost.
Oh,
because
yeah.
she didn't do that to anybody. And then she just said, I already knew that I wanted you here just by sitting and chatting with you without even doing the mini read for her. And then she just said, November's already booked in full, so you just need to give us a call and have the scheduler put you on the list for December, January timeframe.
Great.
Oh.
So,
You're going to do really great in that job. You're going to love it.
Yeah, I just what?
I was just visiting my daughter and son-in-law, and they have a puppy. He's 8 months old. And he took a real shine to me, and I did to him. We fell in love with each other.
She sent me a picture of them stretched out on the couch together. It was so cute.
Yeah, he's my grandson. His name is Seamus, and he's a Stafford Terrier, which is what I think the common name is pit bull, but they're training him really well. Boy, they're putting a lot of effort into his training. I couldn't deal with a puppy anymore. We had dogs when when my kids were growing up, but I can't do it now. It's too much work.
My puppy's 150 pounds and still growing. So
oh my God.
Imagine. But we do have our first question here from Shannon Lee. It says, I'm most concerned about my finance and living situations. I would like to have the ability to invest and continue with what messages do my guides have for me about that?
Well, first thing we have to say, remember this is for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
Do converse with a financial planner. That sort of thing. So I would just say that, but we'll take a look at it. Okay. I haven't done my prayer yet.
I can address it on the perspective of, will you have the money to invest in something? But what to invest in, I would not have a clue. Oh, hold on. I'll be right back. My doorbell's ringing.
Oh, Snowwolf of Staffordshire is not a pit bull. Well, maybe I've got the name wrong, but he is a pit bull.
So with the cards I'm getting, Shannon, I I honestly think you need to be very meticulous and very informed with whatever decision you're going to make when it is investment. Investments are good. Investing is great for our economy. Investing is good because you can get some type of return. So just make sure you know what you're doing and make sure you're not going to get to lose money. The whole idea is to work with the company, promote them, and make money in return from using yours. With that being said, I got you as the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, which is a good start. Pentacles, money and life, health. I also feel getting a lot of taking your time with the Page of Cups, taking your time looking at the finer details. Because look how I'm saying that only because look how she's looking at that fish, right? She's really just really engaged in reviewing what everything that fish is about. So be very meticulous, be very purposeful in what you're doing. Okay. If it doesn't seem like it's the right decision with the Seven of Cups, if it's not the right investment, there's other investments that you can look into that may be worthy of your attention, your money, and use spirit, ask spirit, okay, for helping you make that decision and be intentful in that. Hold on to your money and only um, participate what you think is right for you. And then when the time is right, then you make the move on it. But that is what I'm getting.
Did you go, Sharon? Sharon, your mic is off.
I'm still laying out. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
The first card I got is a Seven of Wands. And it's the center of the reading. It's saying to stand your ground in what you're doing in regards to your job, your finances, your living situation. Above that, you don't want to be burdened. Don't feel that things are going bad. This isn't a traumatic event. It's something you can overcome. You're going to, underneath of the reading, you're going to have choices that you can make. So yeah, it looks like you will have the ability to do some investment. You'll have options that are coming towards you. In the past, you have the emperors. The emperor, you're dependable, you're structured, you know what you want out of life, which makes your goals achievable. And the final card I get for you is the Queen of Swords, which in this deck it says honest, protective, and quirky. So yes, you'll watch how you invest your money. You'll look at all your options. You'll weigh what's going to be the best way and probably the safest way to do investments so that you're not going to lose a lot of money. I don't feel like your investing is going to be big roll of the dice gambling, get rich quick type schemes. It's more going to be long term, looking at stable investments versus the big roll of the dice of getting rich quick. So I think it's going to be good.
Okay. Well, I'm getting the message that I started out saying by getting advice. Starts out with the Seven of Cups. And there's a lot of confusion here. You've got a lot of choices ahead of you, and I wouldn't rely on emotion or your gut in this kind of thing. You need to talk to someone who works in this field. This is the Eight of Pentacles. You need an expert, because you can be taken to the cleaners. Here's the Seven of Swords. He's taking off with your feathers here. He's taking off with your money. Of course, ask Spirit, what feels right. But I'd say, really beware, because I get the Ten of Swords here, and and the Hangman. So I would wait until you get that advice, and I would proceed very carefully. Now the deck of character. I've got the Sunken Ship as the first card, and that I'm thinking, you could really mess yourself up if you don't go into the cave and really think this over and get expert advice. You get the Home card, so that's really, really good. And the Grim Reaper, I just see that as a new beginning. You're going to have to cut out a lot in your budget. I can't say people these days have a lot of fat in their household budget, but you're going to have to cut out some things. What?
She said, thank you so much. She just wanted to be able to buy a house. That's the kind of investment she's looking at. So your Home card was really, really funny. This popped up when you were saying that. And she's just wanting to work a meaningful job. So.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, and then I've got, that's not what I asked. And then I've, the Watchdog. So you're really going to have to be careful and watch for the right time. How I did the question was, will she have money to invest? That's what my answer was for that question.
So, yeah. Which is all perfect for getting ready to buy a house.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all perfect advice. Ask for expert advice, budget. Cut out the fat.
The one thing I did when I was prepping to work towards buying the house when we bought was I ran my credit report, made sure all the little things were taken care of off that. And then I also went back to the creditors and asked anything that was on there of any kind of substantialness, since they were all paid off, could I have them remove them? Because that ups your points on your credit score.
Yeah.
And it's funny because if you didn't negotiate the prices down on things when you were paying them off, they'll usually leave them for you. They won't leave them there for the 7 years, and that can make a huge impact on your credit score. So that's my piece of advice on dealing with your credit scores. And it doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Good luck with that. Let us know how that's going. Our next question is from Cheryl. She's waiting to hear back from two companies to see if progress to the next round of interviews. Will she hear back soon, or will she be getting an offer from probably from at least one?
At least one. Okay.
Now, I'm hearing you will be getting an offer. So quiet. Everybody's muted.
So I got some interesting cards. I wonder what was the whole interview process, Cheryl, was that due to like some bad juju at your previous job, possibly? Because I got a little bit of bad juju here, but the rest is good, which I'm thinking it's possibly from a past job. I kind of want to say it's probably from gossiping with the Six of Pentacles. This looks like a gossip card to me. Feels like gossip. Spilling tea, sharing tea.
I'm looking for her response. Gossip means a problem at a current job. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, and that's what I'm getting. Like it left you feeling like you had to at a crossroads, like where you had to make a quick decision to get out of that toxic environment because it was just bothering you. Like, not this shit again. And I think it left you with some heartburn and mixed feelings about it. But I'm just going to say this: your hard work, your determination, you're investigating, you're looking into that new job. It's going to go well from you because you're going to take everything you've learned, all those experiences, and you're going to be successful. You're going to get one of the jobs you've interviewed for. So I wouldn't worry.
Yes, that's the first thing I heard when I read the question is, yes, you will be getting offers. At least one, if not two. I'll go next. In the center of the reading, I've got the Page of Cups. He's bringing on good news, emotion, good environment. He's a wonderful little messenger. I'm seeing that you're wanting to move to calmer waters, which I thought was really interesting when Dean started doing his reading. I was like, oh, that's what that cup's about, is you wanting to get out of an uncomfortable situation and move to a calmer environment. I get Temperance. I love this is Empress, the Empress card. I'm reading this as a yes, you will be moving into that. You'll be moving into a much higher, more spiritually sound place of employment where that gossip and that type of rhetoric is not going to happen. You're going to have a nice, stable work environment. My outcome cards is the Queen of Swords. You're going to move forward in your truth in the business. It's going to be a very sound job, and you're moving into a work environment that has a happy family environment with the Ten of Cups. So yes, I think this is going to be a really good move on your part. It's probably a great decision for you to decide to move into a healthier environment for work. So I feel like this is, you're going to be moving forward very soon. And I see that Page of Cups as those offers are coming pretty soon, since that page came in the center of the reading. You'll be hearing back soon. So blessings to you on that. That's great news. And I
get the same. She's got an offer coming from one of those two companies. It's been really hard to wait. Got the Hang Woman card. But yeah, Two of Cups, you will be offered a contract, offered a job. It'll be a much more better environment. Here's the King of Cups. You couldn't get better than that. And I was drawn also to the sailboat here, which I see you coming into calmer waters in a much better environment. They want you to be part of their team. And then I get the Chariot card, moving ahead. So those are really good cards. You are going to get an offer, and I think you are going to get the job. So good luck. I'm happy for you.
Reading. Her reading's full of swords and cups. couldn't be better. Moving into a new job.
And we had pages too.
Cups and
And
Pentacles.
pages, yeah, the messengers, definitely.
And to verify this, I went to the deck of character. Yeah, you've been waiting. You're in bed. You're waiting, but
I got temperance.
there's
in
the money.
past.
There's the money card, and you didn't like all the loud noise at your current job, but you're going to be having a change. So, yep, looks good.
I was told to pull you a surrender card. This is a card I got. Surrender to your soul's path.
Your soul's path.
And it says, your life journey has been perfectly designed for your soul's growth. Embrace every lesson and every moment. So I think the decision you've made is you've embraced your situation and you know that it's time to be moving forward. This is just taking you into that karmic movement into your life. You're on the right path. So beautiful. I love this deck.
That's funny you mentioned that, because on my Haven deck, I pulled one too real quick. It says create the circumstances for your own transformation.
Yep. See, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for asking that question, Cheryl. Good luck.
Let us know how things work out. Yeah. I'm just sliding down here looking for another question.
Oh, that's good. Here, Herc.
What did Herc say?
Jay was saying that he finally blocked his ex for good. She's too toxic for him.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
We told his big sisters told him that a long time ago, but you know,
Yeah.
he's got to feel it himself.
Hi, Wayne. My marriage survived a week of pain. And he's off the pain meds now.
How's he doing?
He's doing really
is he
good.
Mobile?
He got in his truck today and headed over to his best friend's house to spend the afternoon with him.
Oh,
which is really
he's getting
funny.
out of the house. That's great news.
Paul called me, and I would not have let him gone if he was still on medication. But Paul called me and he goes, "Is Roger okay?" He's not answering his phone. I said, "Well, you'll see him in just 15 minutes. He's on his way over to your house." He goes, "Oh, you kicked him out and you're sending him to me to babysit?" I said, "No, he's in a great mood. He's doing really good."
Oh, good. I'm happy.
I'm happy. He's out of pain. He's moving around really well. I think he's gonna.
Poor guy.
Surgery has done him a world of good.
Great. So happy.
I wasn't
so
last
happy.
week. I was in tears.
Okay.
He was in so much pain. So
yeah.
I'm hunting for a question.
You got the next question?
I'm looking. Hi, Sam.
Yeah, I was in tears when I was first at my daughter's. I was in tears. She was in such bad shape. It was awful, but she's doing so well now.
I'm not funny.
Yeah, it's so hard to see your child in pain.
I didn't see any questions. Did I miss somebody's questions? Anybody that has a question, throw one up. Or if I missed a question when I was scrolling through.
I'll take a look as well.
I think we got them all.
Oh, we have to have more than 3 questions.
Yeah.
Don't make us start talking about politics.
No.
I don't. Yeah, that's not my forte. But I have not been opposed to like reading on people, just reading on some mysteries or reading on some Hollywood.
Patty G says she has. Patty G says she has a question. She says, me. Okay, post it. Post it, Patty.
Hey, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
How's the shopping going?
Are you well? So you're well enough now, Kevin, I see, or here.
Oh, he's been out Christmas decor shopping. Spending some wonderful time with his.
Well, Patty, yes, we know you have a question. Post it, Patty.
Post it, Patty.
She says, me, and then I have a question. Yeah, well, post it.
It's there.
It's there.
We're psychic, but we're not that psychic.
Yeah, Patty,
skills.
I don't know. It might be back too far, Patty. If you could redo it.
She said she missed
just a minute. I see her there.
She said I did.
Yeah, I don't see it though. I see her comments,
Patty G,
but not the
please
question.
advise me if there's any changes for me in my work career in the new year 2022. It's at 3:08 p.m.
308. Mine might not go back as far. Oh yeah, I see it now. 308. Yeah, so 108 for you, Kathy. We'll go ahead and
208.
read.
You said
108. Yep.
No, 108. 108 your time.
I must have scrolled right past it. No, I'm going to pick up this. It's my daughter. Hey, I can't talk right now. I'm on live. I will call you back when I'm done. Yes, it did. Thank you. Okay, bye. Okay, there we found it. I'll tell you why she was calling. My daughter, because of surgery and our whole month being chaotic, took it upon herself to order us Thanksgiving dinner from Omaha Steak. The whole spread. And that's why the doorbell rang. They just delivered it.
Those are some good steaks.
Sure, I got my package.
Those are great steaks.
Yeah, well, no, she did a whole turkey dinner, the whole entire thing.
Wow.
And she said they had a bunch of fantastic stuff. I don't have to cook this year. I just have to warm everything up. So I'm so spoiled.
I'm jealous. I'm so jealous.
My daughter, it's just unbelievable. It sometimes just floors me when she does stuff like that. She's such she's such a pain, and she's such a good girl at the same time.
You know, Kathy, I would be floored if my daughter would actually walk into the kitchen and say, "Dad, is there something you want to eat tonight?" That would floor me.
Or just go in and do it.
Yes.
Without asking.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do grow up. She's 38 now, so they do grow up.
Nope, I just have a teenager right now, 13 years old.
Well, when they hit their mid-20s, they start becoming, I remember the first time I saw her not being a kid, but acting professional out there in the real world, me watching her interacting in the real world, how proud I was, how she was conducting herself. I mean, because we get the bratty child version. And the first time you see them being adult and professional and representing themselves, it's just the most wonderful feeling. You know you did something right.
So, Patty G, I don't know if I'm going to be way off on this. Do you feel like there's some shady stuff going on at work right now? Because I kind of have a specific card, and
I heard a yes when you said that.
Yeah,
I heard yes.
I've got the same thing, Dean. Dean, I've got the same thing.
I mean, when I see the Seven of Swords here in this interpretation of it, it's like it's a snake holding an egg. I don't like snakes. I feel like snakes are kind of shady characters altogether. But I know in the tarot community, snakes are positive, but to me, not so much. I don't like them. That's I feel like it's almost like two-faced, shady kind of. There's anxieties wrapped up with this. There's like possibly theft or trickery going on with that. And I think this you need to spend your time with the hermit. Go within and kind of reflect on how you can either make things better, be the positive change, or look for something new. But again, I'm also getting the Page of Cups again. This one is always my this interpretation of my Page of Cups. She's just very exact. She's very specific. She's very meticulous in her decision making, and she's not going to come off that her muffet or tough, whatever you want to call it, without really looking at things from all angles. I do see that you are the King of Wands type of material, that fire, ambitious type. Um, when I see the King of Wands or the Queen of Wands, I always see career oriented, very go getter, headstrong, the leader of the pack in work wise. And whatever decisions you're going to make, I feel like you're on the right tracks. I also got the Six of Wands for you. But then, yeah, I still feel like there's trickery because looking at the bottom of my deck, I got the Eight of Cups. I get the Four of Cups. And I don't know. And I also get the Fool too. So I just feel like you need to try to look for a way to be the change in your environment, or possibly look for something that's going to meet your needs. But that's what I get, Patty G, and thank you for your question.
Yeah.
I've got much the same thing, Dean. I've
Yeah,
got the high priest. I've got the high priestess, but it's in reverse. The energy of it is in reverse. That there's people with hidden agendas. They're not nice people. You've got to watch out for them. I do see a change for you. Here's the Wheel of Fortune. I got another change card, the World. So definitely change. You need to think about this. You need to get a new perspective. You don't need to be staying in that toxic environment. And here's a moving on card, the Six of Swords. And I think you will get you'll get a lot out of this move, this new job. The energy at the current job is just horrible, and they'll leave you out in the cold. So, I've got other cards here, but then I've got another leaving card, the Eight of Cups. So, yeah, you're going to have some changes in your career, because it sounds like where you are is a pretty toxic environment, and it's not working for you anymore.
Yeah, you got the Empress, and it's funny because I got the Emperor, and the burdens that are being caused by the Emperor. It looks like everything's happening up top. All the chaos is being caused from management or the company's perspective, and its burdens being laid on and causing. I've got the Five of Wands in reverse. There's a lot of infighting happening underneath the surface, either in management or with employees, because they're laying that burden on everybody in the company, and it's causing a lot of turmoil and stress. You're wanting to work within the truth. I'm getting that Knight of Swords. You're wanting to move into more of a truthful situation. A company that's got respect, honesty and integrity with it. And I get the Knight, along with the Knight of Swords, I get the Knight of Wands. You're wanting to move forward into something more grounded. So I ask, will you be changing jobs? as a because I didn't get the job movement, I just got the turmoil in the current job. I get the Knight of Cups. You got 3 knights here. So you're moving. This move. You're moving into something that's much more stable. You're emotionally going to like it better. I got all cups too. It's funny. You're the Queen of Cups in the situation. I think you're going to take control of the type of work you're going to be doing and moving into a much safer environment. The Queen is grounded. She's emotional. She's a happy queen. She's going to move everything forward. And I think you're going to prosper from this. With that 9 of Cups, that greedy merchant, you're going to come out with your cups full. So I think, yes, you will be moving jobs. You'll be changing jobs. You're going to select a company, an organization that has a lot of better standing, and it's going to provide you happiness. So, yeah, you do need to get out of this toxic environment that you're working in. I can just feel that tension going on all around you, and you're just carrying it home with you. You need to release that, and yeah, get your applications out there. I see movement coming pretty quickly with 3 nights. So
Yeah, it's a shame because she says it's the employee because she loves her job, but it's this employee that's bossing her around.
Yeah. And it's
Let me at her.
She's probably that type of person that's narcissistic that you can't reason with them. It's their way or no way.
Yeah.
I'm getting this heavily toxicity in the work environment though. I think you're going to take your skills to another organization and just fly with them, though. Thank you, Patty, and let us know how things are going. And I will put you in my prayers. And I heard pull you a card.
Patty says she has put her in her place.
Surrender to rest and sleep. Sounds like you're stressing over this a lot. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your needs for quiet time and peaceful sleep and rejuvenation of your mind, body, and spirit. What came out with this was surrender to your need to always be right. And it says, give others the gift of lifting them to be right, letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflict and improve your relationships. I'm not feeling that this is probably advice for her, not you. I think that the problem stems from the other side. I'm getting a feeling that you're the flexible person in the situation.
Have you talked to your HR department about her yet? Because I'd probably start there first before leaving a job that you really enjoy over one person. I at least put it out there because if she's going to do that to you, she's going to do that to everybody. And a lot of people might be already complaining about her. So at least try to help her out by not wishing her any ill will, but
I worked under this supervisor that picked one person on the team to target on every team she ever had. She always had a target person that she just constantly harassed. I don't know, maybe she's that type of person. She has to be riding someone. I mean, it's usually one of the stronger people in the group too, which is the weird part.
Are there any more questions?
I'm scrolling down.
Oh, I see one from Snow Wolf.
Oops. Any message from my dad, Charles? Is that Cam? Chaim?
Cheyenne,
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne. I don't know. I did all the CHs. Is it K, Sh, or is it
Shame? Sham? I'll find out later.
I almost want to say it's probably Shyam or Kayam. I don't know.
I'm hearing he's sending you love and support. And he's around you.
I'm getting the same thing. I saw this big heart, but you couldn't see the person who was holding up the heart. And then he goes like this and says, "Yeah, it's from me." I have a feeling maybe your relationship with your dad wasn't that great, but he's saying, "No, this love is from me. You can believe it. It's from me." I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what I saw. He's very shyly peeking around the heart.
I see him like sitting on like I just see a white bench like come to me or be with me or something like that. I guess it's how what it means.
It's so funny you said that, and I
White
pulled
bench.
this card right as you said it. The Emperor sitting on a bench.
It was a white bench. I don't know what it means other than come to me, talk to
White
me.
is purity. Or it could be spirit. A white can represent spiritualism, love.
Did you have a good relationship with your dad, Snow Wolf? I'm wondering. I'm thinking maybe not. Maybe it was a little challenging.
I'm getting that too, Sharon. Like
Hebrew, it means life, he said.
Yeah, isn't it Chaim? Chaim? You know, with that guttural. That's what I thought when I first saw it.
Oh, the C is silent.
Yeah. Snow Wolf, I'm wondering if you heard our question.
I don't
was
know
it challenging?
This one.
Well, I think it because
was it. Did you have a challenging relationship with your dad? What do you get, Kathy?
I'm not sure what kind of relationship he had with his father. I know what kind of relationship he's had with his mother, who was very domineering
and that's the kind of cards I'm getting. Like
he's of Jewish faith, and so he has a Jewish mother. If that makes any sense, I don't know. I don't know how his relationship with his father was.
I feel like it was probably his way or no way almost.
That Emperor card's coming.
Right.
Consider my reading.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yes,
yeah.
he was challenged by his mother. That's
well, I was wondering if his father too, because he says yes.
Correct, Sharon. Correct. You're correct.
Oh, correction. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I might as well go. Yeah, I get the challenge here. This is the energy of the reading, the bottom of the deck. But as I said, he's peeking out from behind that heart, and he's saying, son, I do love you. And there's the Queen of Cups here. He knows there was a lot of emotion in your life, lifetime, that it was it was challenging with your mom. And he's saying you don't need to look outside yourself for the love. It's there, and he loves you. And this is also a symbol that he's there. He's there. And I get the strong feeling that, this is you and this is your dad here. There's, there's balance. He's there. And he just wants you to know. I mean, the love thing is really coming up a lot. He's shyly giving you, the love. And he wishes that you had a happier family, but he's happy now. And he hopes that you have a happy life despite the challenges that you've had.
That is so funny, because I looked down at my cards to look at the cards. We're talking about the representative of his parents. The Emperor and the Empress was who he was raised by.
Yeah.
And his family, the Empress, was stronger than the Emperor, who was also an extremely strong person. He knows you've put a lot of work into getting where you are. A lot of challenges, a lot of hard work. In your past, you were the Page of Wands. Finding your strength, your grounding, your direction, and your messages, and bringing that forward. But your final outcome card is the Knight of Pentacles. Success, moving forward. He's very proud of you, the work you've done, the choices you've made, the directions you've taken your life. He sees that as a success, following your heart and your own dreams, and not living up to other people's expectations. And that's what makes you a good man. That gives you strength. So he knows you put a lot of hard work into this, though. This has taken a lot of time, planning on your part, to get you where you are now. Yes, he is definitely supporting you, sending his love. And I love the representation of your parents, because I know I've read your mother before and her energy, so it's amazing.
What cards did you get there?
The Emperor and the Empress.
Oh.
And he has a very, very strong, opinionated mother.
Well, I get that too, because I was pulling extra cards. I got her as like the Queen of Swords.
Yeah.
And then I got his father as the King of Pentacles.
Yeah.
The patriarch. Yeah.
It totally makes sense. So, yes.
Yeah.
Blessings to you. We'll talk later.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty much the same thing that you've got. I got, like, let's see. I feel like that it was really, there's like a lot of tensions going on, because I do get the Seven of Wands, but all of his tattoos talk about love and war.
What deck are you using?
This is the what is it called? The Tarot of Mystical Moments.
Oh, cool. I love those cards.
And I do have their Oracle deck with them. But yeah, I feel like he is with you. I mean, he's there with you through each new adventure, rebirth, and death. There was a lot of tension in the family too, growing up. I get that too. See that with the Ten of Swords. I feel like he's there to balance you out with the Two of Pentacles, with the healing. I also see that he's again with you with the Ten of Cups. And the Sun, he's your light. He's there he's like one of your biggest supports. So he's gonna work with you and lead you to the light, to lead you towards your victories. So that is what I get, Snow Wolf.
I love that. He says, thank you all. Connie says it's cooling down there in Tucson. Snow wolf's in Tucson also. Love it. I wish I could see the stars at night. Missing home.
Sorry, I had to go put more wood on my fire in my wood stove. It's my only source of heat, so I got to stay on it.
Sure got out of the swing of it being gone a month, didn't you?
That's right. That's right. It was nice having the faster Wi-Fi.
Oh, yeah. But it'd be hard to give up that cabin.
It'd be hard, what?
To give up your cabin just for better
Oh, no,
life.
I love it here. No, I love it here. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Wayne. I was thinking about sneaking off and joining you in Connecticut. Maybe next year.
Hey, Charlie's Angel.
Hey, Shar, how are you?
Connie gave a really great piece of advice for you, Dean. She said, teach your daughter how to cook. Nothing's funner than going in the kitchen and cooking together and prepping meals together. And before you know it, she'll come home and do it for you.
Not this one. Not this one. She's a type.
Oh, I bet your daughter's like my daughter. She wouldn't dare get her hands wet in a sink of dirty dishes. That was my biggest problem. I don't think the girl ever washed a dish until she moved away from home.
It's a pain just to get her to clean her room and to make sure she cleans her bathroom. So trying to get her to cook, no.
Well, if she finds the love of cooking, I used to tell my daughter, cooking is like art. It's a creative process. And my daughter is an artist. And she would say, there's nothing artistic about cooking. Then later when she grew up and was cooking and learning to really cook like a gourmet, she was telling me all about the art of cooking and spices and this. And I said, oh, no, you're wrong. There is no artisticness in cooking. There couldn't possibly be. My daughter's a wonderful cook, too. Yeah, I have a passion.
Yeah, my daughter and son-in-law are great cooks. The great thing about my daughter getting better is she could cook. She was just so thrilled. So I was her sous chef. I did all the chopping of the vegetables, getting everything ready. And we cooked together. It was so neat.
I love cooking with my children and my grandchildren. Oh, it's so fun with the grandchildren because we made stuffed peppers, and I would have never been convinced that a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old would like stuffed peppers. They helped me make
I love stuffed peppers.
Oh, I did too, but I was an adult before I acquired a taste for peppers. And my daughter likes things cooked with it, but doesn't want to eat the peppers themselves. She likes the flavor of the peppers, but she doesn't like the texture of them. But oh yeah.
Is there another question?
I'm looking. I'm just trying to see if I've missed anything.
I thought I saw one.
Angel.
Something about an inheritance. Oh, Sam at 2:41, Kathy. Unless there's one before that.
I have a question. Yeah, if you could put like a heart or something that makes them pop out, because I have a visual problem. Just to let you guys know. It's hard for me to see the question.
And capital letters really makes it easy too.
Sometimes it's hard to do that on a phone. So if you can do it in caps, it really does help. But putting a heart or any kind of icon in front of it just makes it pop out. Sam, the Reiki master, who sent my husband some Reiki, and I think it worked because right after that show was the next day, he was feeling so much better. So thank you for your prayers and your Reiki. I have a question. Is it the right thing for me to share my inheritance with my oldest brother, who was very well off?
I hear listen to your heart.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's exactly where.
Yeah,
I
I
think
got
that
that right
hurt.
away when I first read the question earlier. Before I put wood on the fire. Yeah, you got to decide that one. Listen to your heart.
The hurt comes from him being left out, not from you
Mm-hmm.
getting it. It's just,
Yeah.
and I think that
Can you talk to him about it?
I'm hearing that Dad left you the money because he knew he was so well off, and he wanted to give you that help. He didn't need the help, and he felt that you needed it more, and so he did it from his heart, not with an intention of hurting your brother. And I'm hearing your father say, yes, please discuss it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Follow your heart, but do talk to him about it. So that you put the information on the table and there's no hard feelings, because there's no reason to carry bitterness, because his intention wasn't to hurt your brother at all. His intention was acknowledging that your brother was doing very well for himself. He was trying to help you out because you were more in need. So he was helping you on that side. It was done from his heart. It wasn't done from vengeance or pain or ill intention. And he didn't realize that it was going to leave your brother feeling that way.
Is there something he's wanting? Your brother? Not specifically money, but is there
Maybe
something
an
he's
item,
wanting?
something personal.
I'm feeling like there's something he wants. I don't know if it's really money, but
Maybe
maybe
it's
like
just
an
an
item.
object.
Yeah.
So if you've gotten his personal belongings, that may be what you want to offer him. Is there something specific you want as a keepsake from Dad? Which totally makes sense.
Oh. Well, that's where you're going to have that open communication with him, Sam. Baseball cards. What's baseball cards?
I don't know, Connie. Connie, are you feeling baseball? She said she was not the only one to inherit, so she's not sure. I think you can open a dialogue with him. We're so happy to have you here, Charlie. She's saying, oh, I finally made it to alive. And she's sending her love to everybody.
Char, we were talking about how great you are right before we went live.
Yes, were your ears burning? Have you got to read with Char yet, Sharon? You need to have her on your show when you start your channel. She's really has beautiful energy, fun to read with.
I love it when she starts talking. I think it's French she talks when she reads the cards.
She talks several languages.
Yeah, in different languages. I think it's really cool to hear it. It's like, I think I know what that means. Oh, no, I really don't. Maybe a little bit.
Is it Dutch?
I don't know.
I think she does speak Dutch.
It is Dutch. It might be Dutch.
I think she's from the Netherlands.
She's from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
I believe she's from the Netherlands, lived in Europe, and then moved back to the Netherlands. So it was her first language, but it became her second, if I'm remembering right.
Yes, we were talking about that, Shar. I have all week off, so just send me an email when you would like to do it. It's Dutch. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do a four-way collab. That would be fun. It's a group. Yes, ask me.
Although I find the only thing is I find 4 readers is a lot to get through. But yeah, I'd love to have I'd love to have Shar on my new channel. It's not up and running yet.
And did we finally get a finalized name?
Last name?
The name for
Oh,
your
I told you
channel.
last week. I told you last week what the name was.
Lady
in Red. That's why I'm
love
wearing red. Lady in Red
I
Tarot.
wasn't sure. I was gonna have you let everybody know.
Oh.
Okay.
I
Aspie
think
has a question. It says,
I'm not understanding the question.
how does my deceased family feel about speaking with the other side? Speaking with this side when I officiate my mother's ceremony in the spring. Will they come through? Are you talking about
I'm lost.
channeling during the, speaking with spirit during the ceremony? Am I reading that correctly?
I don't understand.
Yeah,
I don't understand it either.
She says, I use ITC technology. I'm living, literally can hear them. Oh, so are you using like
I'm feeling like they're going to be creeped out. I'm feeling they're going to be creeped out.
Yeah, I think that will not set well on. I think a few people would enjoy it, but the majority of them won't.
Privately, yeah.
Yeah. Unless you have a very, very spiritually open family, but I'm not feeling you do.
No. So I don't think I even need to read cards on it. I'm feeling it. It's not going to go well.
Yeah. No,
it's not going to go over well. Yeah.
Mm-mm. I think if you write something, ask them what they would like to present to, and then just sort of address it in a eulogy without saying, hey, I heard from them.
It says there'll be only 3 of them there.
Well, the other thing you could do is actually ask them, I've got this technology. Mm-hmm. Are you open to hearing it?
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you just did it blindly without presenting an option of, do you want to try this or not? It'd be like walking in with a Ouija board in a Catholic church and saying, hey, let's see the reading.
And I will never touch a Ouija board.
I'm like anti-Ouija board too. So
they give me heebie-jeebies,
Yeah, so yeah. But Wayne was asking, is that a ghost box? Because I communicate with my nephews through one. Which is wonderful because I hear his actual voice. It's crazy.
Burn extra candles. Sharon said, I have to burn extra candles.
I don't know. I think if you present this, I have this technology. Would you guys like to try it? It would be interesting. You never know. They may go, and they may go, wow, that would be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Aspie's says she is going to present the option to the attendees, and they can leave if they want. Just want to know if deceased family will come through at invitation to those willing to hear.
Yes, they will.
Mm.
I'm hearing yes. One of the ways to help them come forward is to meditate and ask your guys to connect with them to help them come forward. And yes, they will come forward. They have messages, they will come forward. But yeah, I would definitely present that as an option if you're interested in participating. You may be surprised, the whole room may stay, but I wouldn't want to just walk in and floor people with it.
Well, she said there's only going to be 3 attendees, so. I have an answer. I saw Connie's question a while back.
Oh, I missed
And
that.
she repeated it.
That's
I've already thrown on it.
I'm interested about the JFK side of it.
Yeah, that's what I threw. Hey, Tuta
Right.
Speaks.
Where
Nice
is
to
the
see you.
question? Hi, JJ.
Okay, I'm gonna see.
I saw your post on Facebook. She's getting ready to relocate to Idaho. You're gonna love Idaho. I have family that lives back there.
Yeah, I've been to Idaho. Yeah, Idaho is where I'm trying to think of the lake there that a lot of Canadians go to. It'll come to me in a moment. Okay. All right. Well, I've got a message from JFK. And he says, yep, lots of messages coming from the other side. And now here's the King of Swords. Now he says, I'm not the sage here, but I do know that, and he's saying this to not only to Connie, but to everybody, that is, enjoy life. Connect it to your higher self and to spirit and walk towards happiness. You can create your own happiness. If it's not working for you, walk away and go grab life by the balls. Here's the motorcycle. So that's what he's saying. Grab life and enjoy it.
And my cards are very much reflecting the same message. In the past, don't allow things to get you entangled and tied up with the 5 of Swords. Don't imprison yourself. The center of the reading, Major Arcana. Let the sun shine in your life. You're protected by the angels above with the XX. What card is that? Judgment. I always see it as an angel card of protection. And you've got this, girl. You've got that Ace of Swords. You're living in your truth. Stay in that sunshine, that protection of the angels, and live in your truth. Don't let things bind you up. Don't let that fighting and struggle get you down. Always rise above it. Live in that sunshine. And the other message I got from him is all of them are working very hard on all the current political situations to help us pull out of our democratic food that we're trying to survive. And there isn't a past president that's not involved in the, and their wives and other people of power, judiciaries and all that, that aren't working as a huge team to bring the United States to help us maintain our democracy, not to allow things falter. So they are working as a collective to help us as a collective move forward to positive change for our country. So a sweet note from JFK on that one. He's got lovely energy, doesn't he?
So what I got, live your best life. Be the authentic you. Manifest what you want and go for it. Don't be afraid to come out from within and to live your best life. You know who you are. Because I got the magician, I got the strength, I got the Hierophant. So I'm feeling like you need to learn how to live your best life, and don't be afraid to take what life has to offer you. Come out from hiding and take what life has to offer you. Embrace it. That is what I get.
I'm hearing you have opportunity after opportunity after opportunity coming to Connie, both at work and movement and work,
Partnerships, even
partnerships.
I can.
She's working on editing her book right now. I think she's getting pretty close to done. I've been seeing that book being published and actually being used as a teaching tool in Native American studies. It's going to be a book that's actually read with Native American studies and cultural studies. You're going to do well on your book. It is going to be one that people remember. I have felt that forever.
Yeah, she says that.
We would be moving forward into that new home, that dream home that you have seen in your head forever.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of time.
Dream home.
Yeah, she says, I've been a hermit. She says, I've been a hermit for 38 years. That's, being a teacher and a mom, right? But she says her kids are now all adults, so she's going to start enjoying life.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You've just got nothing but opportunities coming your way. So, and happy birthday, Connie.
Yes,
but
happy
don't ask me to
birthday.
sing it like Marilyn, because I won't do it.
No, I won't.
Don't ask me to do that, because that's JFK saying head. I'm not doing Marilyn for happy birthday.
We will have Lisa sing for you on her channel.
Yeah, Lisa can do
it. Or we'll get Soul Sisters. Oh, they're wonderful. I love their birthday song.
Char is saying that we all have yellow halos above our heads. She says it's crazy. Replay and see the halos. Well, I can't say I'm an angel.
No, but I can honestly say, I saw Sharon and I were talking privately one night, and I saw an angel standing behind her in her house. Remember that, Sharon? I'm going, can't you see it on the screen? It was so beautiful.
No.
It was so amazing. And I've only done that a few times, working with somebody I've been working with privately, seeing Archangel Michael. Sharon was with me on the reading when he came forward. That swirling in the reading, remember that? And then
I do remember that. Yeah,
he had left the reading, and he appeared with several other angels with him. It was
that with Susan? Was that with Suzanne, or was that with Snow Wolf?
That was
Snow Wolf. Yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
And I've channeled. We've been working privately one-on-one. He's quite talented. One of these days we'll get him come forward, and when he's getting comfortable with his skills, quite talented reader. And I had a lot of fun working with him. But yeah, and he works under Archangel Michael, and he comes present quite often when we're working together. It's amazing to read that energy. It's very draining to read archangels when they're in the room. Because they're such a high vibration that, you know, it's an amazing feeling. I know. I feel so blessed to be able to do that, though. So, thank you, Charlotte, though, for saying that.
Okay, I do have to go, so I'm going to bid you adieu.
Okay. Go for a ride later, I heard.
Yes, I was thinking about doing that. That very thing, because I haven't seen my motorcycle in a month. Yeah. Okay, I have to go.
Well,
thanks a lot, guys. I always enjoy it.
I love you. We'll talk later.
Okay. Bye, Dean. Bye, Kathy. Bye, chat.
Yeah, we've been on for quite a while too. I don't even know what time it is. Oh yeah, we've been on for over 2 hours. But it was fun. Did anybody else have any final question, or should we go ahead and pull some oracle cards for the group? Just to close off.
See, we had quite a few good questions.
Yeah, we had some really good questions.
We have Tuda Speaks in the house. We have Vivian came in. Hello, hello, hello. Who else snuck in? Who else? Cartomacy Mesquite. I know I just butchered that. I'm so sorry.
And Vivian's come in the room since we've been on. Hi, Vivian. It's so nice having everybody here. Yeah, Tuda Speaks. If you haven't caught her program, she does some of the most beautiful visual meditations, and I absolutely love her. She's a shaman. And you know, JJ, we need to have you on to lead us in meditation one of these days, and just to talk. My husband's best friend is a practicing shaman too.
Ooh.
And it's been really fun working with him.
I was told I had somebody read on my past life, and I don't remember who it was, but they said I had very shamanistic like shaman experiences in my past. I
would believe it.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, like medicine man or something.
Yeah, shaman is a medicine man, spiritual leader, medicine man. Yeah, my guide is a ancient shaman, and he's a healer, and I'm working with him on light work and ascension work, both here on this side and on the other side. They're showing me that into transition before they completely do the crossing into the light. Right after the life review, they go through a healing process, and that's what I'm working with my guide with is healing the fractures that have occurred in the lifetime that you've just lived and that you reviewed, and to heal those fractures so that you're not carrying those forward into the next life. And I'm being guided on how to do that light work. And it's been an amazing experience, an amazing connection with my guide, working with that. And I've worked with a few clients during that just came up in the readings when we've channeled their loved ones that were in that transition period. And working through some of that, which was an absolutely amazing experience to work with a client in real time, working through the forgiveness and the healing, and totally amazing experience.
That's interesting, Tuda. He says that he was, or she says she was shown that I was somebody, I was a person drawing on cave walls.
On cave walls. Oh, that's cool.
Which makes sense with why I saw an image like earlier this summer. I thought it was one of my spirit guides, and I know Bright Opal read on it, like, because I saw, like, it was really weird. It was a weird experience. It was a cool experience, but it was weird. I just saw from the bridge of the nose to the forehead, and I saw somebody with olive complected skin and it, like, wavy brownish or black hair, just like hovering over me. And I thought that was like the coolest thing, but then the weirdest thing too at the same time. And I was told that was one of my spirit guides or somebody I carried
I just heard that. I'm like, oh, it was your guide.
Carried over from like a past life that was now one of my guides. And I always felt like it's either, I don't know if it was a male or a female, but I'm leaning more, I think it was, I want to say male, possibly male, but I'm thinking more specifically, it was someone with, I think Native American almost.
Because
of the
yes.
skin color.
I'm hearing yes, they were Native American. So you and I are going to have to get together privately and read on this team. Or I can sit down and like really channel it.
But it was like the coolest thing. I felt like they were like, whoever it was staring into my soul. Like they knew me, my true me. Like they were staring into my soul.
Oh, yeah. Let's get together and read on this. I'm getting this, all this. Yeah, we need to do this. I can't do this while I'm live. I won't be able to read anything. And yeah, let's get together and set up a time to sit down and let me do some meditation, and let's do a dive on this one. It's going to be fun.
Yeah,
and readings. I'm doing a lot of past life readings too. About myself. I'm bringing skills forward into this lifetime that I've learned and used in my past. Crystals, and this has been an amazing journey, awakening. I moved into this house 3.5 years ago, and I had retired, and I've always meditated, but my house faces east, and so I get the morning sunrise, I get my cup of coffee, my bad for me cigarette in the morning. I go out and I have my coffee and my cigarette, and I meditate as the sun's rising, and I get up at the crack of dawn. And so all this extra meditation, I've connected so well with my spirit guides, and it used to be like a whisper in my ear, and now it's a full-fledged open conversation. It's not, I'm not getting as many metaphors as I used to in symbolism. I'm hearing it now. You know, it's I can converse with them, and it's really amazing. Being able to actually hold a conversation with your guides. And there are times where they're just like, nope, you don't need to know that. Just, you know. But it's been amazing adventure. Hi, Sheila. I see Sheila came in.
And it's not only that, but I think I brought whatever that was. But I think Kevin pulled a card on one of my readings one time too, and said, "Do you do work with animals?"
Oh yeah, I watched that. You were there reading on your channel. Yeah.
And I was like, I honestly think whatever that past life was, it's forefront, because I mean, I see birds, and I honestly swear, I think when I say hi to them, they actually know that I'm talking to them.
Oh, birds are my totem animal. I actually have full conversations with the birds. In fact, I was sitting out this morning, I'm looking at my tree, and I have like 150 finches in my tree. Now we have white willow trees up and down our block, and they're red right now. They're falling. The leaves are falling.
Mm-hmm.
And we have them up, the whole street's lined in them. I'm the only one that has birds covering my tree.
I mean, birds, I see like cardinals. I see like they make it's like I'll see cardinals, I'll see blue jays, I'll see doves. But I think animals specifically, because like I even told you, like that dog just wanted to be in my lap, would not leave me alone. My childhood dog, she's with me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And another reader told me that she's with me only because in this lifetime, I brought her healing, and she's repaying the favor. So I thought that was cute.
That's funny because I have chronic pancreatitis, so I have a lot of issues with pain in my stomach. And
Mm-hmm.
my cats are healers. Animals are healers. That's part of their gifts to us. And my cat will know when I'm not feeling well, and I'll go lay down, to rest. And next thing I know, plop right on the pain of my stomach. Deep purring, meeting where it hurts most. And it's really funny. And I'll say, "Why are you doing that? It hurts." And I always hear this, "I'm helping you." And I
had a tabby cat too. It's crazy that they're the same.
And Teddy, I lost Teddy this last year, and he was 13 years old, but he always laid on my stomach like that anytime I was sick. And same thing. And Tucker, my latest rescue. In fact, I got Tucker, and I lost Teddy like within a month. It was maybe Tucker came to replace Teddy. I don't know. But yeah, and Tucker says, yeah, very much replaced he's my main cat,
Yeah.
He's the one that's forever on top of me. But yeah, the animals are very healing.
I had that orange tabby cat. I swear that she acted like a dog, because I'd walk in, I'd whistle, and she'd come down the stairs just to find me. And she would lay down on me. It was the craziest thing.
Talking about unusual things that have been happening lately with this eclipse, I want to throw this out there to all of you in the spiritual realm that are awakened, to ask as other people notice this. I have been seeing energy waves like rippling this last week or so, and sometimes it looks like I'm looking. It's like I'm looking through a rip in time, and I'm seeing like just an offset of now and in a few minutes, like there's a split, and then it comes back together. But it's been really weird, really, really weird. And then I've seen the other thing I was seeing was I've been seeing shadows crossing through my house a lot, which is funny because this is the quietest house I've ever lived in. It's the only house I've ever lived in that is not haunted. And I've been having a lot of shadow traffic this last week coming through. And they're not stopping and asking me anything or communicating with me. I'm just seeing them. And then I was in the bedroom the other night, and there was this light, and it looked like a sheet of paper turning long side, flipping across the, and then it just, like in a little puff of smoke, just vanished. Just sort of it. And I'm like, okay, that was just really, I'm like, it wasn't an animal. It wasn't, I have cats that visit my past pets. I have all my past pets always visit, but this looked like a piece of paper, but it was light, just rolling in slow motion across the room. It was the strangest thing.
When you said that, I'm picturing like how gum is made, like on the like how it's
The
stretched.
saltwater
and-
taffy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a taffy thing. You know, that's what I'm envisioning.
Yeah, that's what it sort
What
of
you
looked
think?
like.
Mm.
But it was light.
Huh.
It was like white light. And it was just like all the way across the room, right at the foot
Like
of your bed.
ripples.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But,
I haven't had any experiences like that. Within the last 2 weeks, I have noticed like when I blinked my eyes, like once, like last week, I could have sworn I saw like little orb like ripples everywhere, and then it disappeared.
mhm.
But I've been hearing more AM/FM radio, weird towers, like
Oh, that electrical frequency.
in my ears a lot. I don't. And it feels like somebody's like right here whispering, and then it goes away. Somebody's like right here or right here. It doesn't matter which ear.
That's
It's like
spirit. That's spirit talking
it's-
to you.
yeah, it's like whoom, and I feel like it's warm on my ear, like somebody's there, and then it goes away, and I don't know what they say.
Oh, ask him to clarify what they're telling you. To
I've
slow
said that
down
before.
or
Like, I don't understand what
clear.
you're telling me. You
Right.
sound like a dial-up AOL connection.
Yeah, when I first started hearing spirits years ago, that's what I was getting fragments of, and yeah, almost like listening to an attitude radio.
Yeah.
Turned down really low.
So I feel like it's only going to get better with time. When it's
Oh, yeah.
ready, it'll come through clear.
I
But
just hold conversations with spirit now, and you know, the more you, I'm a firm believer in meditation. Just focusing your mind, and doing light meditation and
I've done that.
slowing your mind down, learning to slow yourself down, and then talking directly to them as if you're holding a conversation. And before you know it, the conversations will come.
With me, like over the summer, I was getting really into that. I haven't done that so much lately. Like I would set my alarm for 6:30 in the morning
Mhm.
to wake up, and then I would put on like some like Reiki like music or waves or white noise, and I would just say, "Okay, I'm open. You may talk to me, share whatever you want." And it's weird, like phrases or song phrases would come to my mind,
Mhm.
and or I would see pictures, but that was it. No, nothing like a full on conversation. It's
Over
either
time,
pictures.
it develops, though.
It's like it's either pictures or it's song phrases. And I think with spirit, they know that I love music, so they're gonna try to get music in my head.
Yeah, that they pull the metaphors and symbolism from what's already in your library, and the more you work with them, the more that develops before over time. But no,
And then that's like when I saw
the
that
best
image of
time
that
to
Native
meditate
American.
is first thing in the morning because you don't have the day clutter going in your head.
Mm-hmm.
You're waking, you're already open from the dream state. You know, when you sleep and you dream, you're open in spirit. So when you're arising in the morning, you're still very open. And that I get my best and most profound downloads and messages in the morning, in that early morning meditation. I do a lot of writing when I meditate in the morning, because everything's flowing. It's, you know, and you don't have all the garbage in your head from the day and the news and the chatter and the can't slowing your mind down.
Yeah.
But I've got where Kevin always tells me I'm a chronic meditator because I do the set down and deep meditation, but I'm also, as I'm doing dishes and gardening and whatever, I'm always in somewhat of a meditative state, or I'm in prayer, because I do a lot of light work. And so when I tell people I will be sending you love and light and all that, I do that throughout the day. Debbie always reads me. She goes, "Oh, you have this metaphoric list," and I said, "No, it's real. it is real. It's in my head, but it's a real list." Yeah, and I work through my intentions, my light work, my prayers, my ascension prayers.
Like
Throughout the day.
yeah, like I've always see shadows. As long as they don't bother me, I'm whatever. Be
Yeah.
as you are. Just don't mess with me. But when I was on Ron's show like last 2 weeks ago, we read for somebody that died in like a suspicious automobile accident,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't think the person came through 100% because it's a hit or miss with me whether I connect with that energy or I don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept looking on my shelf like, well, who's back there? Why do I keep seeing like in my camera, I see a shadow just like kind of like hazing forward. It's like the
That was
light bends around them. The light bends around them. And it's like,
mm-hmm.
what is that? I keep looking back and people kept thinking I was crazy in the chat.
That
And I
was
was like, no, there's
the
something
deceased.
here.
That was
There's
the
something
deceased.
here. And I don't and I feel it. It's male and I feel it.
Yeah.
So I had somebody help me figure out who it was, and it was actually the guy that passed away in that car accident. And he's like, and they're like, well, yeah, he's like trying to communicate with you, but I was like, I don't know what he's trying to tell me. All I know, he's here.
You're not. You may be a little bit blocked to doing that kind of communication.
Mm.
You're not
I
comfortable.
would totally love
completely.
to get there. I would love to get there, but
Yeah,
I'm not
I
trying to
started
rush
doing
it.
cold case readings with Debbie. We were I had somebody had asked me about a child that had died like years before, and I had, when I meditated on it, I had such vivid memories, and I was talking about it on, I think it was on Debbie's show, about what my vision was, and I saw how this man had killed her and abused her and killed her and wrapped her up, and I could see through his eyes, like I was in him watching his act. And as soon as he threw the little girl into the river, it was in Washington D.C., he threw into the Potomac River. I shifted from being him to being the little girl wrapped in the deceased little girl. And I could feel the water moving, and then how her body had separated and deteriorated in the water. She was never found. And in my reading, I found, I don't know if anybody has found it yet, but I saw a couple of the boys way downriver from where he threw her, way down, coming across her skull cap. Eventually, and it will be turned in, but that will be the proof that she's passed, and put a little bit of closure to it. But that's the only thing that will be found. They've never found her. And
when I'm sorry, like when you are channeling or sensing something, do you ever forget like that? Feel like you're suffocating? Like, is there something around you?
I used to, but I don't anymore.
It's like right in here. It's like it's like the air is so thick. It's like hard to breathe. So I'm like, oh.
It's like the whole. Well, what's happening is you're shifting from the here. You're crossing over the veil, so you're actually going on the spirit side when you start channeling, or at least that's what I do.
And it's
as
not necessarily when I'm channeling
the
either.
pressure
It's like
changes around you. It's like your whole atmosphere around you changes.
Unless I'm channeling and not even realizing it, because sometimes I'll just be sitting down and all of a sudden I'm like, why am I can't breathe out of my nose all of a sudden?
Yeah, you are. That's what's happening. Is you're a medium, and you haven't learned to
access it all yet.
Access it and to control how to master that the pulling that energy, and not how to work with that energy. I would love that, though, Dean.
I would love to learn how to do it, because it might make sense of a hell of a lot of things I feel.
Let's spend some time together, because I can work with you. I actually, that's what I'm doing, is when I'm mentoring with people, is helping them with different aspects of
but
I don't teach or anything. I'm just going off how I do it and having a discussion. But it can be helpful to have that conversation.
Other than the mediumship work, I don't know what other skill set I have other than being intuitive, other than knowing. I know that I'm a medium. I just don't know how to access it really all that well. But I know when stuff's around me because I feel it, and or I see it.
Well, that's why we always highly encourage everybody to take classes, because you learn so much. Because everybody that takes the classes all in the same boat. We're all learning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I don't believe anybody masters it.
Oh,
It's that constant learning. I mean, because what I was doing a year ago is so minimal to what I can do now. The more I work with it and say, oh, I would like to try this, and then I start focusing my energy on it. One of the things I love to do is to take a missing person picture. I'll take one look at it. I'll read the description. I don't want to know any details. I want it cold, other than the missing flyer.
mm-hmm.
I'll put it upside down, put it between my hands, and I'll connect with the energy from it. And then I'll follow that energy trail, and I'll end up at the scene of wherever it takes me. And it's it's practice.
I did something very similar. I went to like the FBI's missing persons, and I was just seeing to what stuck out to me. And there's this one little girl that all I heard was, when I was looking through it, all I heard was "help me."
And
that's
what you want to focus on.
What? I was like, let me go in here, and it was. I didn't like what I was getting in the cards.
The cards are what I throw. I do that very last. I try to focus on the energy, and I write notes. I'll do after I do focus. I will. Here's my pendulum. Then I take my trusty pendulum and I go back over what my notes say, and I start asking my pendulum, am I on base? Can I get more details? And then try to break down more details out of it before I ever throw a card. Because I figure I'm channeling my guides, and I'm channeling usually the victim, where I'm receiving the information. So I've learned to trust the information I'm receiving, which is really hard to do as a medium when you start first working with the energies, because part of your head is going, "Oh, am I making this up? Where did I get? How did I come up with this? And realizing that this isn't your imagination building a story, you're receiving the information. It's already occurred. And if you're like me, and I'm clairvoyant, so I see those pictures, that movie, that snapshots.
That's only happened to me at 3 different times.
Like I would get pictures, but no sound. And now I'm pulling that together. I've learned to pull the sound and the smells and the pictures all together now. But it's taken a lot. It takes practice, and it's not just that we sit down and we go, oh, I can do this. Boom,
Set it down for 375. You'll be done in 25 minutes, and you have all the work you have done.
Process. And it's funny because every reading I do that's private or anything else, I learn so much about myself. Not my gift, but how reading for other people and experiences they've gone through is healing for my soul too.
And that was the whole reason my channel. It's healing for me. And
it's very healing. And it just totally amazes me.
I was told by another reader that both my parents have the gifts in different ways, and more so my mother. And they think that one reader told me that I got most of my gifts from my mother. My mother's side of the family. She passed it on to me. I don't know if that's true or not, but
I know that just from the communities, there's a lot more women with dominant gifts than men. But there are some absolutely fantastic men, psychics, that are, I think there's just, it depends on it's more of how open you are to it than, because everybody can do it. Maybe not the mediumship, but at least the intuition and all that. I think some of us are given more gift of mediumship than others. But I think women are more spiritually open to working with spirits and that gut feeling than men are. But you're detectives, and people that work those kind of jobs, they're working in with a spiritual act. I don't care how hardcore macho they are. You can't do those jobs without having a certain amount of intuition and spirituality. And yeah, a lot of them, they used to frown on working with psychics and stuff. They're very open to working with psychics now. Amazingly so.
I'm just excited about this journey. I mean, I know my dad may not care for it so much because he scolded me when I was in my teenage years, but I honestly think he might be receptive if he found out. But my mom, I know my mom is happy that and my spirit guides are happy that I'm actually pursuing it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we've been waiting on you for a long ass time. Now let's get to work.
One of the people I'm working with literally shut down his abilities for years because he was told by someone that, nope, you can't do it anymore. and he allowed himself to shut down from that. And
it's weird how you can turn it off when you're just being told that it's wrong, don't do it. And you can, it's
right.
weird.
Well, I think it's part of its religious upbringing and things like that too. I don't know. I'm Nazarene, but my grandparents converted from Nazarene to Evangelicus, which is really quite a leap. But and I don't understand why, because it's such a fear-driven religion. The evangelical religious beliefs are just out there, Pentecostal.
My dad was raised, his mother was Catholic, and
I'm not saying that to offend anybody, honestly.
And I could just hear my grandmother. She was alive today. She's like, hey, darling, you have to go talk to a priest. This is not good.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so my best friends growing up were Catholics, so I spent as much time in the Catholic Church growing up as I did in my own church. I love going to the Catholic services. So
yes,
the art and the sculptures and the
ceremony. There's something about it, yeah.
It's so different than Nazarenes. Don't worship idols. And
I called my dad one time because I used to be a visitation worker for those who were like in like clinical settings, and they get to have family time and stuff like that. So one of the people that I was working with was Catholic. And of course, on Sundays, we went to mass, we did this, that, and the other. And I walked into that church and I felt like I committed a crime because all of the statues were looking at you like you have sinned. I'm like, I felt
the confession boxes are back to the side.
Left. That's like, I don't need to come to church feeling like I'm a criminal. It's like,
well, you would have felt right at home at the Pentecostal church, because I always swore that minister was looking at me as he preached.
No, but yeah, but I mean, I feel like I'm comfortable with my relationship with God. I'm comfortable with my relationship with Jesus. And those are the first things that I go to when I'm grounding myself, along with Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel. Those are the ones I work with. Those are the ones I ask for protection to guide me, to work with my spirit guides. So I'm comfortable with that. So yeah, it's like, you can't tell me that I don't believe. I already know. That's kind of stupid. To me, it's like,
the archangels and my guides and source and I did have a falling out. I think we all do. I think a lot of people do. I won't say all, but I think a lot of us that were growing up indoctrined in a religious family, a lot of us experienced sort of a breaking away at some point in our life. But most of us end up going back to some form of spiritualism. And I took a class in college on sociology of religious studies. I thought it sounded like it'd be interesting. went back to the beginning of religion and the evolution before Christ, and I was like, oh my God, that was a rude awakening of just all the political fear and death and torture and heinous crimes that in the name of God and Jesus that have occurred in our societies. Floored me. But then I got into a Bible study group from that class, met several other students, and we did we were it wasn't a Bible study, it was a religious study, and we were all from different cultural religions. I mean, we had across board, there was like 25 of us in the group. And what we did is we would pick a topic and then we would discuss it and how it was taught in our churches and in our upbringings. And you know, it was quite amazing that I discovered in that, and then I branched out to reading more about religions, that we all have the same stories, we all have the same messages, we all have, you know, some religions that have multi-gods. Well, those gods are, if you look at the symbolism of those gods, there are archangels. We just call them a different name, you know. But there's a fine thread that laces it all together. And I don't think there is supposed to be one right religion. You know, the message is all the same: love, honesty, truth, one source, a higher power, you know, and to live as pure a life as you can, and to live for the collective. It's not about me, you know, it's about us. You know, so spiritualism just works for me because it doesn't give me that believe in what we believe in or you're a sinner. And, you know, I don't need to be preached to. I know what my beliefs go. I don't need to have a you know, the book twisted to make whatever message, you know, which I have quite a few evangelicals in my family, which seems to be what they like to do, is twist the Bible up to suit their needs. And I'm like, no, did you read that whole chapter? It doesn't say that at all. You know, did you actually read the chapter, or are you just pulling one sentence out of the whole entirety of, you know, so that you can make a point?
Yeah. And it's like, I struggled with that too. And when it came down to it, I was like, you know what? I'm not crazy. And this can't be bad because I'm being warned not to be around certain people for a reason, because I don't like their energy. Or I'm being warned, or I'm being guided down certain paths, or being hooked up with certain people. I mean, this is not just rocket science. This is just a gift, and you just take it and not misuse it or anything, or for any gain, because there's really nothing I can gain out of it.
Oh, I got lottery numbers one day, and I thought I should try it. I should just go down and buy the ticket. And I wrote the numbers down. My guides gave them to me. You know, I never bought the ticket. But I remembered having them because one day I came in my office and there's this paper with the numbers written on them. I had carried it in the office, and I had dated it. And I went, I wonder how those came out. It was 5 out of 6 numbers. I couldn't believe it. Of course, you know, I wasn't meant to buy the ticket. I think it was given to me as a challenge. Will I take advantage of this? No, because I don't think that this was meant for profit. You know, I don't do
the only thing. I mean, I do
to help others, and that's what I get out of it, is the joy of helping others.
I do donations, and I've started setting those boundaries for myself. I, you know, would say donations are welcome. I'll do 3-card general reads. Anything more than that, typically, unless it's going to be $5. Not necessarily I hold to that, because sometimes I do more than 5 cards on a certain situation. But I do, because it's like, a lot of people will take advantage over that. So I'm like, if you want a reading, I mean, just pay for it like a cup of coffee, because it goes back to, in the grand scheme of things, it goes back to, to StreamYard. It pays for that service. It pays for it
Right.
all.
Right. There are expenses to setting up a YouTube channel.
So
I do my readings through Zoom. I have a paid subscription to Zoom. I have a paid subscription to StreamYard. The YouTube's free, so I haven't subscribed to that. But yeah, and what I do is I decided I'm going to do like Autumn. I thought I had a perfect thing. Do Feed America, because the donations to that particular organization actually go to Feeding America. It doesn't go to supporting the organization. A little bit money gets trickled down. They put the money into feeding people with very little off the top for the administrative expenses. So 10% goes to charity, and then I'm buying cards and stuff like that because I want to give decks of cards and stuff like that away, and also to upgrade cameras and mics
and that was the whole purpose for it, to get new cameras, new lighting, so you don't look washed
make
out
it
or
better. Yeah, like right now I've got this like
the glare of the window.
Yeah, my windows at the west. The sun is like hitting my window now.
And I actually want to get like one of those room dividers that have like a nice, like in the background, you don't see like my bare
screen,
walls.
I need to turn my screens, and these are, by the way, like $10-15 on Amazon. They're just screens. They're fabric.
Oh.
And they're like a shower curtain weight. Some of them are heavier. Some of them are more expensive, but that's beautiful scenes. They're lightweight. I'm going to hang this over my curtain, over my window, because I get the western light on this. So the whole afternoon, I can't read because I'm getting blinded by my window. So I need to turn my desk so that my window's behind me. And because I'm using the scene with this light coming through the trees, it'll just look like it's glowing.
That'd be cool.
So yeah, I've got a new screen. I paid like $15 for it, with a snowy Christmas scene with the golden light coming through the trees. Really pretty. So, but yeah, I am going to be changing my name, and thank everybody for the suggestions. And Wayne had one. I'm going to have to go back through the chat and look at it because I liked it. But I was thinking about messages from my guide's light. My guides gave me my name, but so the credit goes to them, because this isn't me. This isn't, oh, I'm almighty powerful. I'm just a conduit of a message from from the divine source. And I've been given this gift to be able to hear and communicate the messages from spirit. And that's what the gift is the ability to tap into that energy and to help others. It's not to make me a almighty, guru type person, because I'm not. I'm just an ordinary person like everybody else. My life hasn't been. I've had struggles and trauma, and just like everybody else, I'm just a normal person, and but I've been given the honor to have these gifts to share a message, to be able to hear the messages that other people may not be able to hear, and to provide that service to people, and that gives me joy. So,
yes.
Anyways, we will get together.
Yes.
And work on your stuff private.
I'm excited. I'm really excited about it. I think it's gonna be really like eye-awakening for me.
Well, we'll combine our energies, so you'll get a lot of it yourself. Because haven't you noticed when you read with people, your energy level vibration goes up and information comes in so much sharper and clearer, and And that's the fun part about reading in groups with other readers is you come together as a collective energy, and that always amazes me doing that. But yeah, let's get together and we'll work on that messaging and see if we can get some focus done for you.
Oh, cool.
It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of
I'm
fun.
excited.
So,
Maybe that
we'll
Native
do it
American
through
will come back.
Zoom so we get a really good clean connection. And
Yes, I mean,
we'll do it through Zoom. So
okay.
and
Excited. Maybe the Native American might come back.
oh yeah. I connected to my daughter is Native American and I'm part Native American, and I've spent a lot of time in Native American studies and things like that. And of course, my guide is an ancient, a 5,000-year-old native, who is just teaching me tremendous stuff. I think that's why I'm so drawn to Tuta Speaks and her meditations and
well, it's crazy too.
gifts.
My family history. I mean, my mother's dad's side had a lot of Indian family history, and then my dad's mother side had a lot of Indian. So it makes sense that Indian for me, or Native American, no disrespect if anybody here. I use those every single term interchangeably. I'm not 100% politically correct.
I think now they're going to indigenous people, which I really like.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, well, they
I
are.
use all the terms interchangeably. I mean, I don't see a problem with it as long as you're being respectful and don't have any.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, we don't tend to be real racist. This community does not tend to be on the racist side. So, and if something comes off as we've said it racistly, it was never intended that way. And ask us, because I can speak for myself. I may say it wrong because I don't know how to put the words together right. And I may say something that's politically incorrect, and I didn't mean it to be. I just didn't know how to formulate it. But no intentions ever to be racist, because I was not raised with them and us, and we're people, and hey, I'm Irish and lily white and a redhead, and I sunburn, and I've never gotten a tan in my life, and I began in San Diego, in the sunshine capital of
It depends on location, and the position where you are with the sun. Because when I've always burned, and then my tan came after the first burning. And when the service had sent me to Okinawa, Japan, I tanned so easily there. I was like bronze. I was like a bronze, like a reddish brown. I mean, I tanned so easily there.
I'm actually tanner now than I've ever been. I mean, actually coloring. And what I discovered was I meditate in the morning sun. You don't get sunburned in the morning sun. It's not strong enough yet. It's so filtered and so far away. Now, if I sit in the backyard of the western sun, I'm out there 5 minutes in the sun and I'm burnt to a crisp. I mean, literally sunburned. But I can spend hours in the sun in the morning and I don't burn at all. I've got color from it. Amazing. And and I've always wanted a suntan because I've always been lily white. And of course, I have a sister that's olive complected brunette, and I'm a strawberry blonde and freckles, and the dots never connected to make me tan. So
I never had the freckles. I pretty much was a strawberry blonde when I was a kid, and then of course hormones in teenage years, it turned like a dark, dirty blonde. But
yeah. Well, it depends on where I live. If I used to be a park ranger out at the lake when I was in college, and I was out in the sun outside all the time, and my hair does turn blonde. It will turn blonde. I do not make a good blonde, though. I'm definitely a redhead. But when I lived in Oregon and Washington, where we get a lot of rain and overcast, my hair got very deep auburn, and it was hardly any strawberry. I've never been a carrot top. It's like a reddish brownish twiny color, but definitely red. But
the sun brings out, if I didn't put any stuff in my hair, it would turn like my dirty blonde. It would have like brass to it. It would turn like the reddish tones in there.
Mine gets really brassy, and then finally turn blonde. Yeah.
So yeah.
Now
I got rid of the brassiness. I just do it blonde, so the hell with it.
Yeah, and what happens when you get old and you're a redhead? Your hair turns white. There is no. I have very little silver gray in my hair. It went sort of a mousy color and then white. It has that in between stage, and I have quite a bit of red in my hair. Well, you can see it. Yeah. I have quite a bit of red in my hair still. It shows up in the camera, but in person it looks much whiter.
I pull out all my white hair, so
I hated it when it first happened, but I don't want to have to color it. The little thumbnail picture of me is the last picture. That picture was taken on my birthday on March 8th. I had just got released from the hospital from COVID. I went back the next day and spent another 15 days in the hospital because I was still sick. They kicked me out on my birthday. They thought I needed to be out because I'd been in for 3 weeks already. But that was the last picture of me taken with red hair. And the next haircut, it was salt and pepper. Well, it was salt and red pepper of the red hair. And the next haircut after that, it was completely white. My hair completely turned white from COVID.
Wow.
And this is what I've got now. So, and my hair is naturally curly. I told Sharon that when we first met, I still had short hair. And I said, "Oh, my hair's like Sheila's. It's curly like Sheila's." And she looks at me, she goes, "Oh, okay." Like, right. Because when it's short, it's straight. And the longer it gets, the tighter the curls will get. When it hits the middle of my back, I'll have these spiral curls. It look like I went and got one of those fancy spiral curl perms. And I showed Sharon pictures of my hair when it was down in my waist. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, your hair is curly," you know. It also depends on the climate. So when I move to Pennsylvania, it's going to be super curly because it's high humidity, a lot of rain, and stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyways, we need to get off, and
yes,
we will get together. I love everybody. Do like and subscribe. Leave messages. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'll pick them up from there. I'm gonna try to, as life settles back down. This week we got several doctor's appointments scheduled, pretty much through the end of the month, and then at the beginning of next month, I'm gonna try to start doing some political readings. I've been like veering way off from them, just doing some recorded readings, or topic readings, or topic discussions of whatever I'm downloading at the time. I'm still doing quite a bit of writing that I haven't been sharing, but anyways, I'm going to try to work that into the Tuesday and Sunday programs and work that in between. So I can put more videos out and people can connect when they want.
That's always hard. It's a challenge to get the videos out. But I feel like I do more good on lives because the videos are so time consuming and I don't get a lot of return out of that. So I just like, you know what? During the summer months, I'll do it when I have more free time. But during the winter months when I'm in school, it's just going to be a lot of lives.
Well, I'm gonna move my office around, and I've got another table. I have a camera and a mic, and I thought maybe I would do record and do the if people will submit questions, or I'll come up with my own. Do a big spread reading. Keep the videos 20 minutes or so, and do topic readings, and that way I can show the cards as I'm doing them, and I'll do the larger readings with them. And I do read Lenormand. I'm not as good as I'm not even any place close to what Becca from House of Lenormand does. But I do read Lenormand. But whatever deck my spirit guides tell me to pull, I'll read from and do readings from. And I'm getting quite a bit of a good deck collection now. So, yes, Kevin, we got chit-chatting about everything beyond readings. He's going, oh, it's a long video today. And it's been a fun conversation, though.
I feel so calm. I feel like actually I have like I have my grandmother over here. Calm.
Yeah. Well, it's fun to have these conversations about spiritualism and the different aspects that we've been working with too. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that are also readers that are in different stages of awakening and using their gifts. And just talking with other people and hearing other people talk about how they've worked through different aspects of their gifts and their growth process.
Mm-hmm.
Can answer questions. And if you have questions, anybody has questions about that, and you want me to talk about those things, or dive into some of those aspects and work with my guides and come up with some programming around them, submit your questions, please. I love that kind of work, and I love working with my guides on it. And I think it'd be great to do some videos focused on different spiritual topics. So, yeah, submit away. My email's in the system. It's guidedlighttarot333@gmail.com. Or just put it in the chat. I do read the chats. So do that. So, anyways, we need to tie up and get on with our weekends, and I gotta go unpack that. It's all on dry ice.
All your staying
on dry ice. Yeah. So.
Well, good. Well, have a good evening, Kathy.
You too.
And it was fun, and I will see you next time. We'll get in contact about the Skype.
Yeah, and I know you're working right now, so
this week I'm off. I'm completely off this week. So.
Oh, it's Thanksgiving week. Wow.
Yeah.
You get the whole week off?
Yeah, to get the whole week off.
Lucky you. Well, just tell me what time is good for you. I get up with crack of dawn, so I know. The 23rd, I've got doctor's appointments for my husband. I have to get a CT done that I haven't scheduled yet. But other than that, my schedule's pretty open right now. I'm not booked up with anything. So, yeah, we'll have to get together and
yeah,
that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that.
Can't wait.
I love doing that kind of stuff.
So, alrighty. Well, have a good night, everybody, and thank you.
Everybody, have a great day, and thank you for coming on. And we will see you on Tuesday on Kevin's Vibrational 11. When's your next show?
Ooh.
When is your next program?
Mine, it'll probably be Friday. Well, Fridays and Sundays right now. I have Coffee Talk on Fridays with Trina, and then I'll have Intuitive Vibe on Sundays, but I'll probably be going live throughout the week. So, just, yeah.
I see you pop up. I'll jump over and you can send me a link. I'll join you.
Okay, sounds like fun.
I love doing guest spots with people just off the cuff.
Yeah.
It's always fun to just jump in. So, okay. Everybody have a great day.
Good night.
Bye-bye.